I got there at like 8 o'clock. They opened at 7:30 and there was already a big line. It was about a two-hour wait.
Problems at the DMV getting worse. This evening, DMVs across the bi-state region bring new headaches as people scramble to get the mandated ID that's been available now for years. At a license office in East St. Louis today, it took at least 2 hours to get a real ID, and in Creve Coeur, nearly the same.
Well, this law was signed back in 2005, 20 years ago, as a result of the September 11th terror attacks. Today is the first day that enforcement begins.
It is causing issues beyond the DMV. Our Shoshana Stahl live at 5 from Lambert International Airport following the Real ID scramble. Shoshana?
Corey, we haven't seen any major delays here at Lambert today, but we're here at the Southwest Terminal, and you can see behind me there is a bit of a line at TSA, but nothing super major. TSA saying you can still fly today, even if you don't have a real ID, but it would require some additional screening. Passengers I talked to today say there was some concern, though.
I'm a latecomer. Didn't realize the time just snuck up on me, May 7th, and don't have the real ID at this point.
Flying from New York to St. Louis earlier this week, Christy McCloskey says she used her license. But before leaving, she also threw her passport into her bag, knowing she would need it on the way home.
It was literally a last-minute thought. When I looked at the date in which I was traveling back home, I then jumped into my safe and I said, oh my gosh, let me just grab my passport because I don't know how lenient they're going to be.
TSA tells First Alert 4 there haven't been any major issues or slowdowns, but without that ID, there is more screening.
I was just even stressed, like, is it coming in time?
For Illinois resident Laura Berry, she went for the Real ID appointment in March, but only got it in the mail 2 weeks ago. Preparing for her upcoming trip, she says license office appointments were booking months in advance.
When I had to renew my driver's license, it was super packed. The DMV, you had to do it by appointment only. So even getting in, it was crazy.
At license offices in the metro, we've seen long lines and people waiting hours to get inside. This is one DMV in Creve Coeur. In the Metro East, no lines outside, but Jeremiah Perry says he was waiting at the East St. Louis office for hours before finally getting inside.
It took a couple hours just for me to realize, oh, I needed my birth certificate as well as my social security number. So then I'm like, all right, well, I kind of need to get it kind of soon.
Perry says that's when he checked online and saw openings at the Granite City location. There, it only took him about 20 minutes.
I waited till today because I'm not gonna lie, I got kind of lazy. I was like, oh, I gotta go to the DMV and I'll do it this day. And I'm like, oh, I kind of don't feel like driving 15, 20 minutes to the DMV right now.
Someone from TSA did tell me that the number of people without the real ID today was pretty low, but if you are one of those people that needs to travel without a real ID, they will need to verify your name and your address matching some of that information. So that additional identity verification can take extra time. So if you are one of those people flying without a real ID, they're recommending for you to get to the airport at least 3 hours before your flight, knowing that that verification process can take longer. Live at Lambert, Shoshana Stahl, First Alert 4.
Shoshana, thank you. And